Okay, so we're gonna start lying down on our backs. So go ahead and find a comfortable place to lie down. And you won't need your block just yet, but set it aside. Let your legs come into a constructive rest. So the knees bent, falling in on one another, feet a little wider than your hips, and the distance just depends on you. And then lengthen out your spine, draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Hands can rest on your belly or down by your side, whatever feels comfortable. And let the eyes close. Just begin to feel your body transitioning into this space. On your mat, in your practice. In your breath. Start to feel yourself dropping into this present moment in your body. Taking a little mental check-in with how the body's feeling this morning. Physical body, emotional body. Just noticing. Giving yourself this opportunity to pay attention. To feel what you're feeling. To know what you know. To be as you are. Begin deepening the breath as you breathe in and out through the nose, finding Ujjayi breath, that slight constriction at the back of the throat. So you can begin to lengthen, slow down, and deepen the breath. And then begin to feel that wave-like breath through the torso, so belly, ribs, chest expands. And as you exhale from the top down, chest, ribs, and belly draw in. And just feel that breath beginning to wash through you, over you. And perhaps this is the first deep breath you've taken today. So really just enjoy that relish and that expansion. And how the breath can move and open us in ways that we may not do on a minute-to-minute basis. Begin to feel the breath getting expansive, traveling through the diaphragm, and really feeling that full expansion, top to bottom, side to side, front to back. But then feel it travel beyond that, so that it's expanding and it's moving out into all of your limbs and up into your brain, and even surrounding you in that life force energy, that prana. And then in the next couple breaths here, go ahead and set any intentions you want to set. Today we're going to continue with that notion of balance. That idea of hugging into the midline to find our stability, and same with our own self. As we draw into the center of who we are, we find our stability. We find our strength. Go ahead and let the hands come to rest on your body somewhere if they aren't already. Feel that connection with yourself, that connection with your center. And then let the arms drop down and away from the body. Separate the knees, keep the feet wide, and just start to let them windshield wiper side to side. Let this be kind of slow, and as you're moving, you're beginning to feel what's going on in the back and in the hips, side body. Start to connect with your breath. So the inhale, bring the knees to center, and the exhale, dropping them off to one side. Just let this beginning movement be a bit of an exploration. And then when you feel complete there, come back through center and walk the feet back in line so that they're sits bones distance. Draw the right knee in and interlace your hands either around the shin or around the thigh, depending on your knee. And then slide your left leg long so that the heel is pressing away from you and start to draw the toes towards you. And then hug this right knee in and just breathe into that hip. And as you bring this right knee towards you, send the outer right hip away and anchor the left thigh bone down. And then release some of that tension on the right leg. Let it draw out and around the belly and up towards the right shoulder. And then keep a hold of that knee with your left hand. Slide your right hand behind your thigh so that you still have that grip, and then flex the right foot and send the sole of the foot up to the sky like you're doing a half happy baby. And then you can continue holding onto the back of the thigh, or take one leg and hold the shin or the ankle, or maybe even grab the outer edge of the foot, any of those. And then the right knee starts to draw down towards the right armpit, just outside of it. But as you do that, you're going to notice this left hip wants to pop. So keep anchoring the left hip down as your right knee comes down. And then just breathe into that. Good. And then take the left hand back to the back of the thigh. Release the right hand. Let the knee bend and windshield wiper left to right. Let's move that out. And we'll come into a little twist. So right knee into that left hand, extend the right arm, and just exhale. Let that knee drop open over to the left. And then slide the back of the right shoulder down. And this will be pretty gentle for this first twist. Right hip drawing away from the chest or the shoulder, and just breathe here. And then unwind that. Take the right leg straight up and start to flex and point your foot. Start to open up the back of the leg here. Start to circle out your ankle. Go the other way. And then come back to that flex and point. And keep that as you lower, flexing and pointing, or pointing and flexing. Until that right leg lands down with the flexed foot. Again, press the right heel away, anchor the right shin bone down, and exhale, draw the left knee in towards your chest, folding around the shin or the back of the thigh, whichever feels better for the knee. And just breathe into this. You're starting to massage that left side of the belly. And then release some of that tension and take it out and over to the left towards that left shoulder, and then keep sending the left hip away and anchoring the right hip down. Right hand's going to slide to the back of the thigh if it's not already there. Anchor that down, and then let the left sole of the foot come to float up to face the ceiling. And then slide your left hand up. It might grab onto your shin or your ankle, or it might grab to the outer edge of the foot. And then let that knee start to drop down. And then notice how this right leg starts to come off the ground. So re-anchor it down. Press the heel away. Press the thigh bone down. Draw the belly in and breathe. And one side is probably going to be different than the other. So if it doesn't feel good to hold the foot just yet, you're holding the thigh, you're holding the ankle, you're holding the calf, whatever does feel good. And then go ahead and let the right hand come back to the back of the thigh, release that foot, and take that little windshield wiper left to right. And then keep the knee in the right hand, extend the left, and as you exhale, just gently twist over to the right. Good. And then inhale and unwind that. Go ahead and take that left leg back up, flex and point the foot. Circle the ankle. Go the other way. And then as you lower, flex and point and flex and point all the way down. Keeping the belly active. Good. Bring the knees back in and wide. And rock yourself side to side. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna come with our knees at 90 degrees. And our arms are gonna come straight up over our shoulders. So we're going to do this with bent legs to start with. You're going to take the opposite arm and opposite leg. So as my right arm extends down, my left toes tap down, and then I come back up and I switch. My left arm extends back and my right toes down. Now come back to center, brace your low back to the ground and your navel to your spine, and try it again. Opposite foot and opposite arm. Now, once that feels okay, you might extend that leg and bring the arm up. Extend and then bring it to bend. Extend, bring it up. And you're just alternating back and forth. Opposite arm, opposite leg, belly in with the knee either extending or staying at that 90 degrees. It's up to you. And inhale to extend and exhale to bring it up. Keep going. Okay. Now the next time the right leg is extended and the left arm is extended, hold there, press your low back down, pull your belly down, bring your left arm back up, curl your head and shoulders up, and take the arms, thumb up, pinky down, reaching beyond your legs. Keep extending out through the right foot. Good, belly in. Now take your left hand to your left thigh and your right hand on top. Try and push your left leg away and then resist. Now the right knee can also be bent if you are in that bent leg version, that's fine. Belly's down, back is long, breathing here, resisting. Good. Stay with the legs as they are, release that, take the arms up. Set the head and shoulders down, arms straight up over the shoulders, bring both knees to 90 degrees. Okay, switch now, right arm back, left leg forward. Pause there, get the back down, get the navel down, then bring the right arm up. Exhale, curl the head and shoulders up and reach forward towards that left foot. Thumb up, pinky down, belly in. Good, take the right hand to the top of the right thigh, the left hand, and try and push your right leg away and resist. Your head and neck can be on the ground if this feels like too much on your neck. Totally fine. Breathe, and how hard you are working is dependent on you. Good, and then release the arms, send them back behind you. Lower the head and shoulders, take the arms straight back up. Bring the legs back up. One more each side. Okay. This time we're going to take both arms back, right leg forward. Inhale, press the low back down, press the belly down. And then exhale, curl the head and shoulders up, reach the arms forward. Take the right hand to the left thigh and the left hand on top and push it away and resist. And then take the arms back by the ears, the belly down. Switch the legs. Left leg forward, head and shoulders are lifted. Reach the arms forward. Left hand to right thigh, right hand on top, push and resist. Arms up by your ears, both knees to 90 degrees. Drop them in and give yourself a hug and rock yourself side to side. Good. Abdominals should be awake. Separate the knees to the shoulders and rock side to side here. And then take the feet down in line with your sits bones for a bridge. Lengthen your tailbone towards the heels of the feet as you're scooping up, and then press the floor away from you to lift the hips. Take an inhale, fill up. Get long, lengthening the tailbone through the knees. And exhale, press into the earth to lift up. And then the arms can just be relaxed by your side. And breathing. Couple more breaths here. Press your feet into the earth and drag them back. And then lower down one vertebrae at a time. From here, either rock yourself to the side and press up, or rock yourself forward and come up to your hands and your knees. Stack the shoulders right above the wrists, stack the hips right above the knees, and find your tabletop. And then close the eyes, find your breath, and find your cat-cow. And just start to connect movement and breath. The exhale is rounding, and the inhale is opening the front of the body. And then let yourself move into any organic movement here that feels good. Can be staying in cat-cow, it can be circling out the ribs or the hips. Take 2 more breaths here. And then next inhale is going to bring you into neutral. Spin the biceps forward, pull your belly in and pull your ribs in like you're knitting everything together, everything hugging into the midline. And then send your right foot back. Keep the toes on the ground and start with press into the heel. Feel the back of the foot, the back of the leg opening. And then feel the heart and the crown of the head extending forward. From here, with the core bracing, bring that right foot up, belly and ribs in, and then come to the left fingertips perhaps, or extend that left arm forward. Good. Okay. Now from here, pay attention to what's going on in that right hand. Grip into your fingertips, press down at the padding of the base of the fingers, so not all the weight's dumping into the wrist, but you're using the whole hand. Now your left arm's gonna move out to the left, staying up in line with the shoulder, and the right leg's gonna move out to the right, staying up in line with the hip. You can take the knee bent and shorten that lever to make it a little bit more accessible. You could even put your foot on the ground. So those are some options. Inhale, take it back. From here, we're going to exhale the knee to the elbow. You can also do this with both hands down and just work the leg. Inhale. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale to the side. Inhale. Exhale to center. Inhale. Exhale to the side. One more. Inhale long, exhale to center, and inhale long here. Good. Take the right foot back down, and inhale, take the left arm out and up. So you're just taking a little rotation here. Press the back of the right thigh up. And then on the exhale, let this left arm come all the way through. Now you can absolutely set your right knee down and come into thread the needle, or keep that right leg back. And then the right hand is just your kickstand. Press into the back of your left arm to breathe into that shoulder. Keep pressing all the way from the back of the hand through the forearm, back of the arm. Good. And then right hand comes down. Right knee is either on the ground or toes are on the ground. Either way, press down and inhale, float that left arm back up. And exhale, set it down. Knee comes back down. Flip that right hand over so that the fingernail side of the hand is on the mat. Press the fingernails down, the backs of the fingers and the back of the hand, and then sit back as much as feels okay. And then set it back down. Take the left leg back, toes on the floor, press into the heel. Pull the navel in, pull the ribs in, get long, extend forward through the heart and the crown, and draw back through the shoulders. The biceps are spinning forward, and then that left leg is lifting. Right fingertips to the floor, or right hand extending, or you can keep the hand flat. All of that's fine. Find this extension first. The length spreading from the fingers back to your foot, the extension from the crown of the head back to your tailbone, and that hugging to the midline. Now flex the foot. The right arm goes to the right, the left foot goes to the left. Again, knee can be bent to shorten that lever. Exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale, elbow to knee, navel to spine round. Inhale and extend. Exhale to the side. Inhale and extend. Exhale to center. Inhale and extend. Exhale to the side. Inhale and extend. exhale to center. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhale and exhale. Then inhale, extend again. Set the left toes down and inhale, take this right arm and reach it to the sky. Keep pressing the back of the left leg up, drawing the left shoulder away from the ear. And then on the exhale, thread this right arm through, coming onto the right shoulder and the right side of the head, or set a block. Again, your left knee can be on the ground or keep it extended. Press into the back of that right arm, back of the right hand to roll open. And breathe. From here, either set your knee down or press into the ball of the foot and inhale, just float that right arm right back up. And exhale, set it down and set the knee down. Flip the left hand over so that the back of the hand's on the mat. Press all the way through, spreading the fingers to the back of the hand, and then sit back. Okay. Now, come back with the hands, or the wrists rather, under the shoulders. Biceps are spinning forward. All of that same action, ribs and belly in. Now, step back to high plank. Charge the core, charge the legs, charge the arms. Draw to the midline and lengthen the tailbone back and the crown of the head forward. And then isometrically press the floor away from you. Drag the arms apart like you're trying to stretch your sticky mat, and then pull it back. And then feel your low belly brace so that you don't pitch forward. And then just hold steady there. Okay, now we're gonna try to lift onto our right fingertips. Left hand still down. And then set the right hand down, lift onto your left fingertips. This can all be done with your knees down in a supported plank. Okay, now try and hover that right leg. Set it down, hover the left leg. You can imagine where we might be going. Set the feet down, set the knees down. Walk the hands forward onto your fingertips, biceps up, sink the heart, let the head drop, and take a breath here. So we're gonna start building onto that. At any point you feel like your body's had enough, you take the version that works for you, or you take child's pose or puppy pose. Okay. So slide the hands back flat, lift yourself back into your tabletop, set yourself up, biceps forward, belly, ribs in. Step the legs back for a full plank or set the knees down for a supported plank. Okay, here we go. Belly and ribs in. Hover that right foot. Get nice and long. Pull the ribs and belly in. See if your left hand wants to come to the fingertips. Then maybe, just maybe, that left arm reaches forward. Beautiful. Hand down, foot down. Let's try the other side. Okay. Brace in all of that action of the core. Hover the left leg. And in that hovering, there's an extension, just like in that bird dog. Then maybe your right fingertips. Then maybe the right arm forward. Hand down, foot down, knees down. Beautiful. Now take your elbows in front of the shoulders and the palms to touch. Drop the heart, drop the head. Lift the forearms and the hands. And breathe. Big breaths across the heart, front and the back and sides. Bring energy in the palms of the hands. And then release the hands and let the hips drop all the way back to the heels. Take one arm and then the other back for embryo. Just melt over your thighs. Let the shoulders drape. Let the breath rise and fall. And then inhale and go ahead and roll yourself up to kneeling. Take your hands out in front of you. Lift up and curl your toes under. And then roll over the feet. As long as this doesn't hurt your knees. And if it bugs your knees, then just stand up and come to a forward fold. Otherwise, we're opening up the feet, the Achilles tendon, the calves here. And then go ahead and lift the heart, drop the shoulders. See if maybe your hands want to hover. And then bring a little bit more energy into the feet as you lift the heels. Lift the heels. Which is going to allow those knees to come more in line with the hips. And your torso to come more upright. And then release the hands down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift the hips and forward fold, softening the knees. Set the feet to hip distance if they're not already there. Soften and just let your torso sway side to side. And then slide the hands up to the thighs and inhale, extend the heart forward, shoulders back. Feel the belly draw in, the ribs draw in. And then exhale and melt down over your legs, keeping the knees soft. Let's do that again. Inhale, lengthen, come up. Feel the belly lift and the ribs hug in, and then let the hands come down by your sides like you're flying. And then flip the hands so that the thumbs are down and the pinkies are up, and the shoulder blades are starting to squeeze together and down from the ears. And then as you do that, the front ribs are starting to squeeze together and up to the spine. And then press your palms together. Keep the neck long and the tailbone long. Good. And then exhale and fold. Arms hang, let the head hang. Let's do that again. Inhale the hands to the thighs. Find that length first. And if your body prefers to have the support of your hands on your thighs, beautiful. Stay there. You're still going to be working. Extend the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. Squeeze the palms together. Pull the ribs in. Pull the belly in. Now bend the elbows, interlace, and press the wrists back. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades towards one another. But a little deeper opening in the heart here. And then exhale and fold over the legs. From here, try and grip the palms a little closer together if that's available to you. If it's not, keep them wide. Okay, now soften the knees, pull the belly in. You're going to press to your knuckles, press the floor away from you. Stand yourself up. Inhale, lift the heart, drop the shoulders. Let the hands drift away from your backside as you draw the ribs in the belly. And then soften the hands to the sacrum and inhale. Let them reach up. Spread your fingers, anchor your feet, and then exhale. Let the hands come right to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Go ahead and close the eyes for a moment. Feel your feet here on the earth. Feel the stacking of your bones, the beat of your heart, the breath, your intention, that presence, that connection to your deeper self. Then inhale, open the eyes, sweep the arms right back up. This time as you anchor down into the earth, feel a lift and a rise all the way up. Maybe you even look up. And then exhale, belly in, hinge forward, leading with the heart. Inhale, come into that half lift again. Hands can hover or rest on your thighs. And then exhale, come to your fingertips. Walk out as far as you can on finger tops. When you need to come flat to the hands, you come flat, no big deal. Maybe you make it all the way to down dog and stay up on the fingertips. Biceps continue to spin forward. Head drops. Good, now go ahead and flatten the hands. Press your hands into the earth, your feet into the earth, and feel your tailbone rise high. And then inhale and let the right leg float up. The inner thigh is spinning up so the hips staying squared. And then exhale, curl the knee to the forehead, the navel to the spine, the thigh to your ribs. Look to your right thumb. Set your foot there. Set the left knee down. Inhale, rise into a low lunge. Anchor the top of the back shin. The front foot, and then drag them together. Spin the biceps forward, lift the belly and the heart. Good. And then from here, open the arms wide. Start to draw the back of the hands back, the shoulder blades together, but then start to pull the belly and the front ribs in. Nice wide wingspan. And then neutral that wingspan. Take an inhale, rise tall. And on the exhale, draw the belly in and start to rotate to the right so that the right arm's starting to reach behind you and the left arm's starting to reach forward. And your gaze is just staying over your chest. And then the right hip is drawing down a little bit. And the knees staying right in front of that hip, and stretch the arms. And you're just using the strength of the core to find that rotation. Good. And then on the exhale, keep anchoring that left shin. You're just going to tip forward so that the left hand lands right inside the right foot and the right hand lands up to the sky. And then the left shoulder's drawing down, the heart's forward. Now curl the left toes under. You might stay right here with the knee on the ground, or you might very well lift the back of the left thigh, staying in this twist. Outer right hip's drawing back. Knee is hugging and staying right over the ankle, pressing down into the earth, reaching up to the sky. Now, if your knee's off the ground, we're coming back into that twisted lunge, but this time high version. So inhale, reach through that right arm, start to extend through the left, come all the way up. The knee can absolutely be on the ground. And then inhale and unwind. Take the arms up, stretch tall. Good. Breathe here. And then exhale. Set the hands down. Go ahead and set the knee back down and shift into a half split. Heart is forward, shoulders are back. And pull the right kneecap back and the right toes back. Now, if you want a little bit more, keep that right heel pressing, curl the left toes under. Fingertips to the floor, start to lift your knee up and send your hip back more. Just a little bit more work. And then start to straighten that front leg. Walk your hands forward. Keep the left heel high and the right front of the right foot high. And extend forward. So as we build on, again, take the version that works for your body. Set the right foot flat, bend the right knee, set the hands down, right back to your three-legged dog. Spin that right leg back and up. And then roll the hip open and bend the knee. And then just take some circles in that hip. Good, and then extend the leg, square the hip, and set the foot down. Inhale forward to high plank. Set your knees down. Draw the shoulders back and tuck the elbows in as you lower to your belly. From here, extend the legs and anchor them. Extend the heart forward and lift it. And then hover the hands. Take them out to the side. Lift the back of the hands, lift the navel, anchor your pelvis, anchor the tops of the feet. Then release that tension, take the arms straight back. Again, thumb down, pinky up, reach back, squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze your palms. And then lower down, palms up, head to the side, rest. Hands come back. Under the shoulders, take an inhale, and on the exhale, this one, press your hands and knees, lift up, down dog. Inhale, left leg rises with the hips squared. Exhale, the knee into the forehead, the navel into the spine, curl in, look to your left thumb, set your foot there, and rise up to a low lunge. Good. Anchor the back foot, anchor the front foot, drag them together. And then open the arms, inhale, spread the fingers wide, spread the wingspan wide, pull the ribs and belly in. Draw the back of the shoulder blades together. So just opening the chest here in an active stretch. And as you're pressing the back of the hands back, you're hugging the front ribs in and the navel in. And then bring the arms back to neutral. Take an inhale, sit tall, belly and ribs in, and as you exhale, rotate to the left. Left arm starts to reach back, right arm starts to reach forward, stretch. And as you do that, draw that right hip back and keep the left knee forward. So your hips are gonna wanna travel with you. Try not to let them. Hips stay squared forward. Chest is rotating. Take an inhale here, and then on the exhale, just tip forward. Right hand lands right inside that left foot. Left arm reaches to the sky, shoulders drop back. From here, curl the right toes under perhaps. Lift the back of the thigh, reach up. Outer left hip draws back, shoulders draw back, heart and crown reach forward. Then, whether your knee is up or down, we're coming upright. Inhale as if somebody's pulling you up by that left arm. Start to hover that right hand, spread it, and just come on up. Right, left hip drawing back, bending into that knee, and then unwind. Inhale, come back forward. Exhale, pull the belly and ribs in and feel that right hip flexor opening. And then exhale, set the hands down, set the knee down, shift into your half split. Inhale the heart forward and the shoulders back. Exhale the kneecap back and the toes back. And then maybe stay right here, or maybe curl those right toes under and lift the knee and sink back a little bit more. And then maybe start to straighten that right leg, walk your hands forward. Heart forward, spine long. And then either way, set the foot down, take it back, three-legged dog with the left leg backing up. Tricep spin and hip spins open, and then bend the knee. Take some circles in the head. Good. And then extend the leg and set it down. Inhale forward to high plank. With or without the knees this time. Heart forward, shoulders back, lower to the belly. Uncurl the toes, extend them and anchor them. Inhale the heart forward, lift it, navel lift it. Okay, hover the hands, take them out to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the back of the hand. And then again, take them back, thumbs down, pinkies up, press the palms together. And then from here, bend the elbows, switch up the clasp, opposite thumb on top, press the wrist bones back, and lift a little bit more. And then exhale, release, palms up, head to the other side, and rest. And then set the hands under the shoulders, take an inhale, and on the exhale, press through your hands and your knees, or reverse your push-up back to down dog. Okay. You have about 3 more breaths in down dog. You're welcome, as always, to come into a child's pose instead. Okay, inhale, lift your hands, and as you exhale, slowly walk them forward. Go ahead and bring the big toes touching, heels slightly separated, and then inhale, come into that half lift. And exhale, fold. Either bend the knees and roll up, or soften the knees and unhinge, come all the way up, extended mountain, maybe a little baby back bend. And then exhale, hands to the heart. From here, we're going to sit back into a chair pose. Take an inhale, sit your bum back, let your hands come down maybe to brush the edges of the feet, pull the navel in, pull the ribs, and extend the arms up. Inhale. Open the arms wide. Good, and then from here, lift the back of the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the belly in, pull the ribs in, and come to hover like your torso is coming parallel to the floor. Belly and ribs in. Now lower the hands and take them straight out in front of you by your ears so that the torso is long, the tailbone's driving back, the knees are staying over the ankles pretty much. You can see your whole foot. The belly's in, kind of like you're skiing or something. And then exhale and fold down. Good. And then inhale and come into a half lift, and we're going to walk it back to down dog on the exhale. From here, inhale, take your right leg, reach it back and up. And on the exhale, bring it to the nose. Set the foot to the thumb. Inhale, rise into a high lunge. You can absolutely do this with the left knee on the ground. Okay. Everyone bend the left knee a little bit, pull the belly and pull the ribs and feel that left hip flexor open and then straighten out the leg. Inhale here, and then on the exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, stretch and reach. Hips forward, torso to the side. And then inhale, stretch up, unwind. And then exhale, lean forward over that right leg just like we did in that chair pose. And then from here, we're gonna come to balance on that right foot. Bring the left knee into our chest. So take an inhale, get long. Exhale, just bring that left knee straight up. Good. Now, we're gonna rotate to the other side. So right arm's gonna go forward and left arm's gonna go back. Exhale and stretch. Hips stay forward, left knee stays in front of the left hip. Inhale, back to center. Now, we move into a full warrior three with the arms extended, or you have your block here, ideally, and you can set your hands to your block or to the floor. So start to extend that leg back, extend those arms forward, roll that hip down, and extend through the heart. And then hands to the floor. Come into a pyramid, so about 3 feet front to back and about hip distance left to right. Take an inhale, lengthen forward. Grab that block if it's handy and set it right inside the right foot. We're just gonna use it for a little bit of height to get your spine nice and long. So set your left hand onto the block. Set your right hand right to the outside of the right shin. Lift your kneecaps, draw that outer right hip back, draw the heart and the crown forward. Okay. And then get nice and long here. And as you exhale, start to just lift as if you're kind of pulling a bow. Lift your right shoulder, lift your right elbow. You might stay right here. You might even just set the hand on the sacrum, or you might continue up with that right arm for twisted triangle. Revolve Trikonasana. Good. Breathe down through that whole outer right side. Beautiful. Let the right hand come down. Set the block right in front of the mat. Bend that front knee. That right leg's going back and up, three-legged dog. You might be a little bit short, so you may need to set it down and inch that left foot back. Roll the hip open, bend your knee. Now look under your left armpit for that right foot. You might stay here, you might circle, or you might slowly watch that foot come down. Tent onto those right fingertips again as your left foot pivots, your right foot touches. And then inhale and stretch the right arm up and back, and the left arm forward and down. Good. To come back, stretch that right arm up. Start to pivot around that left foot, set the right hand down, reach that right leg up, inhale. Exhale, set it down, and then just readjust the feet as you need to. Inhale forward to high plank with or without the knees, lower to your bellies. Okay. From here, hands under the shoulders, fingertips lining up with the tips of the shoulders, big toes touching, lengthening, and anchoring. Hug the elbows in and down. Now, take your left arm forward. Take your right, or take the top of the left foot, press it down, and take your right leg, extend it back and up. And then inhale, start to reach your heart forward and up. And then maybe take your left arm forward and up. Lift your navel. Good. And then release down. Slide the left hand back under the shoulder. Re-lengthen both legs and slide the right arm forward. Press the top of the right foot down and extend the left leg back and up. And then inhale, extend the heart forward and up. And then the arm can come up too. Left shoulder's drawing down out of the ear. Navel's lifting. Beautiful. And then release down. Slide both hands down. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, you can press your hands and knees to downward facing dog. You can reverse your push-up. You can move through an extended child's pose, however you like to land there. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to the forehead. Look to the left thumb. Set the foot there. From here, inhale, rise up into your high lunge. Bend that front knee, pull the low belly in. Start to feel that right hip flexor really opening. And then straighten the back of the leg. And then on the exhale, belly in, right arm forward, left arm back, stretch. Keep the shoulders over the hips if possible. Keep the back of the right leg lifting. Inhale and unwind. Exhale, start to reach forward, shift the weight forward. Take an inhale, get long. Exhale, that right knee comes right up to hover. And then let it drop down in line with the hip with the foot flexing. And exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Good. Hips are spring forward, chest is opening. And then inhale, back up. Exhale through that warrior three. Send the leg back, send the arms forward, or they come to the floor. And then everyone, hands to the floor, pyramid pose. Hopefully that block is nearby. Start in your pyramid. Drawing that left hip back and the heart forward. And then the block's gonna come inside the left foot, right hand's gonna go on top of the block. Take an inhale, start to get really long with the torso, the spine. Outer left hip draws back and left kneecap, or actually both kneecaps are drawing back. And then start to pull that bow up. So the left shoulder starts to roll open. Maybe it even reaches to the sky. Press both feet flat. Get really long in your spine. And breathe. And then exhale, set that hand down. Set the block to the side, bend the front knee, and you may make it longer here if you were too short before. Like, the left leg's gonna go back and up. Inhale, triceps, and spin the hip open and bend the knee. And then circle it or look under your right armpit. Start to lower it, come onto your left fingertips again to control it. Pivot that right foot, let the left foot touch. Inhale, lift the hips, extend the left arm back and the right leg forward. Then exhale, pivot through that right foot, left hand comes down, left leg goes up, stretch. Set the leg down, inhale forward to high plank, exhale with or without the knees, lower to the belly. From here, extend the legs, extend the arms, take an inhale, reach the heart forward and up. Exhale, reach the back of the hands up. Then take the legs, reach them back and up. Take the arms, palms in, and squeeze them in and together. Good. Lift your navel and breathe. And then exhale. Make a pillow with your hands, bend your knees and widen them, and windshield wiper the feet side to side. Okay, extend the legs. You can either stay here, take a child's pose, or down dog for 5 breaths. Couple more breaths. Go ahead and make your way up to downward facing dog from wherever you are. Inhale, look to your hands, and at the bottom of the exhale, step block or flip the feet forward. Big toes touching, heels slightly separated. Inhale to lengthen halfway up and exhale to fold. You want to sit back into your chair pose. Extend the arms. And then again, bring the torso parallel to the floor and the arms out to the side. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then inhale all the way up, arms up, stretch up, lift up. Okay, exhale, hands to the heart. I'm running out of time here. So, grab your block. We're just going to do one more little balancing thing here before we cool down. So set the block right in front of your feet and set the feet to hip distance and parallel. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, start to sink into that chair as you hinge your torso forward and you reach your arms forward. So you're really long here. Now set your hands to your block. Start to pull the belly and the ribs in. Shift the weight into the right foot. Pick the left heel into your bum. So this is step 1. Step 2, send that left leg back and roll the hip down like you're in a bird dog or a tabletop. okay? And then make sure that block is far enough in front of you that you can have a long spine. Then keep your left hand on the block and extend the right arm forward, thumb up, pinky down. Now flex your left foot, drop the left hip, lift the right kneecap. Let the right arm come to dangle to the outside of that block right under your shoulder. And then same thing that we did in that triangle, start to lift that right shoulder, lift the right elbow, and then maybe lift the right arm. Keep pressing back through your left heel. Lift the right kneecap. And then set the right hand down. Curl the left heel back to your bum and the left knee back in. Bend both knees and set it down. Hip distance in parallel, and then exhale and just fold. From here, walk your hands out to the left, bend your left knee and press your right hip out and back. And then walk the hands back in. Keep that left knee bent. Keep the left fingertips in front of that left foot and float your right arm up to the sky as you draw your right hip back. Let that right arm float down. Let the left leg straighten. Walk the hands back up onto your blocks. Okay. Inhale, sit back into your chair, lift your heart, extend your arms, pull your belly and pull your ribs, and use this to set yourself up. That strengthen the legs, that drawing into the midline. And then let the right hand, or let the hands come down to the block. Start to straighten the legs, keep a little softening in that left knee, and peel your right heel to your bum. Option 1. Option 2, send that right leg back, reach the heart and the crown forward, and then maybe send your left arm forward, thumb up, pinky down, just like we did on our knees. Now we're going to flex that right foot and let the left hand come right under the shoulder again. Keep lifting the back of that right leg, lifting the navel and the spine, and then start to draw that left shoulder up. Maybe it rests on the sacrum, or maybe it stretches to the sky for a revolved half move. Then let that left arm float back down. Soften the left knee, peel the right heel into the bum, and as you start to bend in, you land back into that chair. Inhale to lengthen and exhale and fold. Walk the hands out to the right. Now bend the right knee and send your left hip out and back. Keep the legs as they are, but walk the hands back in front of the feet so right hand will stay there. And inhale, float your left arm up. Keep drawing that left hip back. And then release the left hand, straighten the right leg, soften both of them, and let yourself sway side. Okay. From here, bend the knees, draw the belly in, and just roll yourself all the way to stand. Inhale, take the arms, stretch them up overhead. Interlace the hands, flip the palms, stretch up. Lift all the way from the arches up. And then flip the palms into a fist. Inhale, stretch your knuckles up. And exhale, reach them up and over to the left. And you're going to open your left hand and pull with the right hand interlaced in the webbing of the left hand. Pull with that left hand. Hips forward, shoulders forward. And then let your right hip even sway out to the right of it. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, the fist moves over to the left, the right, or to the right, and the left hip moves over to the left. Open up the right hand and pull. And then inhale, back to center. Exhale, release the hands one more time, interlace them behind your back. Feet are hip distance and parallel. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Extend the arms back, pull the ribs and belly in, soften the knees, and then exhale and just hinge forward over your legs. Let the head drop, let the knuckles lift. Hands come to the sacrum. And then your block is right there. You can use your block as you come down, start to bend the knees. Actually turn the toes out before you bend the knees and come down into a squat. And you can set the block right under your bum to sit on, or you can take your hands to your inner thighs. And breathe here. And you may need a little wider stance, and that's okay. And then from here, we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the floor. Extend the legs. Extend the arms, inhale, and then exhale and lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Extend the arms up by your ears. Extend the legs long. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, hug both knees in. Curl your head and shoulders up. Wrap your arms and grab onto whatever's available, maybe your wrists or your forearms or your elbows. And then hold on tight and drop the head down. And if your head is hanging, loosen the grip so your head has something to rest on. And then open up the arms. Set the feet down, pick up the hips and move them to the left, and then bring the knees back into the chest and drop the knees over towards the right elbow. Back of the left shoulder down, arm extends, even the gaze can move. And then send the left hip down away from your left shoulder. Breathe. You can even straighten out that left leg if that feels good, or both legs. And then bend the knees, come back to center, set the feet down so you can pick up your hips, slide them over to the right now. Kick the knees back into the chest and drop them to the left elbow. Back of the right shoulder down, right arm down, and maybe you extend the legs. Send the right hip down away from you. And then bend the knees and unwind the legs and realign your hips with your shoulders so you're nice and long in that spine. Hug the knees into the shoulders so they're wide. Slide the hands to the back of the thighs. Put both feet up to the ceiling. Stay here or slide your hands up to your shins, your ankles, or the outer edges of the feet. Full happy baby. And then you can move here or you can stay in stillness as you like. You're gonna pretty much get Shavasana on your own. So as we close down here, please feel free to stay and rest for as long as you're able to. Supta Baddha Konasana, 3 cleansing breaths here. Take a big inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. 2 more, big inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Last one, big inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth, and then release the legs and the arms and find your final resting pose, Shavasana. Take whatever props you need, adjustments you need so you can rest here comfortably. And settle in. Why Wake Early by Mary Oliver. Hello, sun in my face. Hello, you who make the morning and spread it over the fields and into the faces of the tulips and the nodding morning glories and into the windows of even the miserable and the crotchety. Best preacher that ever was, dear star, that just happens to be where you are in the universe, to keep us from ever darkness, to ease us with warm touching, to hold us in the great hands of light. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Watch now how I start the day in happiness, in kindness. Please stay just as you are if you're able. If you're needing to transition to the rest of your day, and start by deepening the breath. Taking any slow movement that your body is wanting.
And as you're beginning to move, continue feeling into your body. Come back into that mental check-in of noticing how the physical body and the mental, emotional body and the whole being is feeling. Come back into that connection with your deepest self. And then from that place, send your whole being love and gratitude. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be awakened to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing and kindness for all beings. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. We'll see you again on Thursday.